Hello there. How y'all doing? Hopefully good. The New Year's always kind of weird, I think, but that's okay. I think it's different for everybody, but it's always been kind of, I don't know, just weird for me. Not bad, just weird. Okay, so this video is going to be the day of the atrocities, November 13th, 2022. And I'm going to go through the police report for that day for the Moscow PD and going to connect them to whatever's happening in that particular report. I'm going to go to the address and show what vicinity it's in so that we can get a kind of a picture of where everything, how it could have been remedied possibly. Don't know, but there seems to be definitely some patterns for sure. And to show all who doubt that the frats definitely were active that night, very active, as well as the sororities. And in my opinion, for that to be allegedly the party house and everybody going to be on break and had a football game and Betty's ball and all that good stuff, for nobody to be at that house that night except for the people that lived there, I find that extremely, extremely suspicious and always have. So there's cars all over Linda Lane, but where are they? They didn't hear anything. We basically didn't see them because they were scrubbed out. So this is just going to walk us through, like I said, the police report and through the addresses. Now this isn't the full one because I couldn't fit it all in because this is about an hour long, and I still had half of them to go. So I'm not even to the atrocities yet. I will get that in the next video. This one's pretty crazy. So I hope you enjoy, and well, as much as you can enjoy it. I guess I shouldn't say the word enjoy. This isn't really enjoyable, but it might answer some things. It actually brought some things to light to me, but I mean, I've read this how many times, and I still got more out of it every time I see it, every time I read it, every time I go through it, and especially now that the court, it's been out, and we get to hear, about Murphy and about many other things. It starts, these old videos and these old reports are very significant, and they are very telling if you really get your head in there and you really think about it, because there was things that happened that we weren't told about. Nobody was, right? And they're still coming out. So it's going to be interesting, this Frank's hearing, I think. I know. It's going to be crazy. But anyway, without further ado, I shall bring you some Moscow PD police reports. And I just want you to know that I very much appreciate all of you, and thank you for your support and just kind of hanging in there. I've been kind of out of, I've been missing in action lately, but there's good reasons for it. So I'm going to try to get some more videos out there. In fact, I'm going to be dropping several videos, I think, one after another. So I hope you can have a little break here and there and watch them. And like I said, you guys, you make this channel, right? You do. So I want to thank you for that. And I will see you in the comments. Bye-bye.
Ready or not, here I come now. Let's play hide and seek. Prepare to be caught. Here I come now. Let's play hide and seek. Riding on the playground, no one dares to make a sound. Round and round and round and round, no one wants to be first found.
Howdy, people. Peeps out there. How you guys doing? Well, I'm perplexed about the Murphy thing. I seriously am. I am upset about it. Big time. Because, well, first of all, if Jack was there the same time Murphy was there, why did Jack have to go pick him up at the shelter? I mean, that's the last place that dog needed to be. I mean, that dog had to go through hell. Seriously, I mean, and if he was any dad at all, to tell you the truth, he would never have let his dog go to the shelter. I mean, those dogs are sensitive dogs, too, from what I understand. I don't know. I just don't, it all seems so weird now because you've got, the first story that Jack picked him up from the shelter, right? And then, because he was at the cop shop being interrogated or whatever, questioned. Well, now they're saying in this video that they did it right there, that morning. So we don't see any of that in the new documents, do we? That's one thing that's interesting to me too, is that there's nothing's brought up about the family interviews. Like there's Dylan's, there's no Bethany's at all. There's just Dylan. No family, no other friends. I mean, can you imagine if they did this the right way, how many freaking interviews there would be? I mean, legit interviews on video, because they should be recording those things. I mean, that alone had to be hours and hours and hours if they actually did that. But I kind of don't think they did. I mean, it really didn't do anything else by the book, from what it sounds like anyway. I mean, even this, you've got Murphy. It doesn't matter, really, I don't think, if he didn't have any crimson on him or anything like that. He still should have been checked out properly. I'm going to read you the police reports for this day. November 13th, 2022. Right from the start, you've got a weapon offense complaint. And that is the 2300 block of South Main Street. Someone blaring loud music and shooting off a shotgun. Officer responded, no report. Well, this is a very... You guys, when I looked these up on landglide, I was like, you got to be kidding me. I mean, yeah. So let me... I don't even know if I can show these because of how so bizarre they are. But I'm going to give it a try. So give me a moment. Okay, so here's where... Let's see, you've got... This one's a 2500. And you've got 2308. So these are for the state. The Idaho owns those, right? Then you've got no address on these. I think the cop shop's right up here. Here's the cop shop right here. And look how close they are to the Grove Apartments, you guys. The cop shop from the Grove Apartments. That is freaking close. And look at how close they are to Indian Hills. So 2325. There's 2305. Amazing Dr. Ransom's Paper Diet and Media Jubilee LLC. What? Amazing Dr. Ransom's Paper Diet and Media Jubilee LLC. Weird. This is the trailer park over here. There's one of them over here. So this one comes up a lot. Since it is the, oh, okay. Well, wait a second here. Oh, well, shoot. Let me just zoom out. Guess what this is? So if they're saying it's 2300 block of Main Street is where the shots were fired. Well, when a gun fires off, especially in areas like this where there's like a lot of land, a lot of open spaces, you're not going to really know where it's coming from. It's not going to be something that you really can tell, really. So, where did it come from? Because if you want to check this out, you have got the 2300 block of right here, right? This whole area. Here's where that trailer park is. And the King house is just right up here. Over here somewhere. Really close. That's very close to the house. So you got a straightaway here. You've got the Police River Drive Park, trailer park. And then you've got this big old building. This is a Schweitzer Engineering Laboratories. This is a, check this out. This is a almost $24 million building and land right there. Seriously. And look at all this. They're all through here. But over here, so you've got where say the gunshots came from right here, right? This area. Well, guess what's really close to there, you guys? This right here, Mundy's, Germer. This whole area where Embry says that he thinks the car went afterwards, which could very well be true. I mean, I'm sure, but I don't think there was just one. I think there was a few different things that happened that night. I don't think it was just one thing. And I have a feeling that for some reason they're trying to keep the frats out of here. And this is my theory on the frats, why they're not bringing this up, or why maybe Anne hasn't brought this up, and is that she's got to play. I mean, it's almost like a game. I feel like she's got to play with these guys because she's, she graduated from there too. She went to the same university they did. So she knows, well, the mentality, the good old boy, freaking way of life. And it's my way or the highway, basically. I have the hiccups, great. And so she knows what she has, that there's a certain dance you got to do, right? And I almost feel like the frats aren't getting brought up because she's got to give them some kind of a bone. You know what I mean? In order to get Bryan out of a charge that has been just I can't even believe it's lasted this long, especially with the things that they've got up now. How come they can't just throw this out? I mean, it seems so bizarre to me. But I feel that's kind of why the frats haven't been brought up. Because of that. Because she's got to give them something in order for this thing to work, because it seems like this is the way it's been going the whole time. And man, that lady's got some patience. I mean, she must go home and walk through her freaking door, shut the door, and just scream at the top of her lungs. Oh my God. I couldn't imagine having to talk. I mean, I'm just aggravated just thinking about the things like Jennings said in court. I mean, literally, really, you're trying to freaking get mixed all believe this? That was the most fantastic story, Jennings. I mean, that was the whole thing. Just whoa. I mean, I was so mad that day, you guys. Oh my God, I was so mad. In fact, my friend, I was like, don't mind me. I said, I am really pissed right now. And I'm pissed at a bunch of things. I said, I'm pissed at this court thing. And I was listening to it in my earbuds, right? And I mean, I was just stomping around. I was so mad. I haven't been that mad in a long time, but I was not only mad, but I was like embarrassed for them. I was sad, disturbed about just how this can even happen. And oh, and then we get gunshot fires right here. Yeah. All right, let's get back to the other part here. Okay, so obviously there's no report. That was 1 o'clock in the morning. Then we have a controlled substance problem at West 7th Street and Elm Street. Well, that sounds like a frat house to me. Report taken on that one. Interesting. So you got to put your mindset here, you guys. What's going on right about now? So think about this. Right now, this time in the morning, you've got stuff going on at the grub truck, right? You've got 143 on this substance control one. So that is they're at the grub truck at this point, like for about a minute, I think. So they got their 142, I think left at 152. So you got to think about this: the West 7th Street and Elm Street control substance problem, and Kaylee and Maddie are at the grub truck. They just got there. They've been there about a minute. Okay, so that happens. Now, I find this very interesting. I'm going to go to that address too, but I find what's really interesting is that it jumps from this West 7th and Elm, which is literally right around the corner from King Street, to 301. You mean to tell me that nothing else happened in that area with all that was going on in that area that we've all seen on the Linda Lane footage and all the ones from the 1320 and 1330? There were cars everywhere. And mainly up by those frat houses and Deacon and the roads next to Linda Lane. Because there was a big party or something on Blake and Deacon. And there was stuff going on. And up on the hill, I believe, too. Because remember, Matt was having a party. And that's right up behind, literally on the hill behind the King House. Like standing on their deck, they can see anything that goes on down there. Especially during the winter time when this was in November. Because the trees have, it's dwindled. The leaves have been lost. And it just gets a little more see-through, So easily they could see anything that was going on in there. So with that said, we've got a report was taken. So let's see, West 7th and Elm Street. Okay, hold on. Okay, so we've got West 7th and Elm. Here's where the little plus sign is right here, right? Now, look where we're at. Right here, we are straight. Got Blake Avenue here. Right? Got Nez Pierce Drive, which is, watch this. That's where the Sigma Chi is. Which is right, coming up, right here. Oh, and by the way, I should tag this one too. This one right here, tag that, is where the Alpha Kappa Lambda. This is where the guys on Bandfield were from. This is their fraternity right there, right? Now, not only did those three guys go there, but so did Nick Green, allegedly Scott Green's son. Caden went there, the one who's passed. Jason Gray went there, who's also passed. Lake Campbell went there. Remember, Cindy said she's a cheerleading lady that also Emma knows, basically grew up in their house. Because Emma took dance and cheerleading with the mom, and then the sister, she was really close to her daughter, Aiden. But so her stepson, when she remarried a guy named Joe, she acquired a son named Lake. Well, Cindy wrote on Facebook after this happened, literally the next day, or maybe even the same day, that her son, she knows that house and the girls that live there she knows them very well because her son lived there 5 months, He moved out 5 months prior to this happening. Okay, so that's really interesting to me because weren't there another 6 girls living in there for a period of time? You know, the ones with Maddie and the bodybuilder chicks and Ashlyn and, you know, all of those girls. Kendall. I mean, you know, Ruby. It's weird because the times aren't right. The times are all screwed up with what they're telling us. Now, there's other things that confirm that in 2021 that house was occupied by Delta. Now, Delta is what that house was from the very beginning, from what I heard, that was a Delta house for the frat Deltas and for the sorority that goes with them, right? And so for Ethan to be there since he was a Sigma, and for Kaylee to be there, that wasn't the plan. That wasn't supposed to be that way, apparently. So I don't know what that's all about or anything. But anyway, this is interesting to me that this is exactly where, also Saeed goes to that, is in the same fraternity. And wait, there's another one that's from there too. Who the heck is that? So, kind of interesting. So let's get back up here to 7th and Elm. So right up here, you've got Pi Beta sorority. Isn't that what someone fell out of the window like the week before? Oh, I think that was. Right over here, you've got Sigma Nu. I mean, literally, these are all. This is what this is at. This is all frat sororities, right? It's all university. So when we're looking from, let me see, let me get over here. On my way again here. Where's Nez Pierce? I need to go down here. Okay, Nez Pierce. Okay, so right here. I just had to go down a little bit further. I just lost my way here. It's kind of weird on this. I'm used to seeing it a different way in my head. So the camera that we're looking from is right. I don't have that tagged yet. Weird. Right here. Now, as we're looking out, and then we have the Linda Ling one over here, right? I shouldn't have tagged that yet, but no, it's in the way. But as we're watching from this camera, we see all the lights and all the cars moving about, right? A lot of the cars are going right over here to Blake and to Deacon. There's a lot of activity through here. Lots of it. And this is just all frat houses down here. And I think Saeed's right here too. Yeah, this is Saeed's right here. Let's see down here. So he's literally at the bottom of the cul-de-sac. Like the cul-de-sac right here. Well, I'm get rid of that thing. Darn it. Should not have put that through then yet. All right. So as we're looking out through the camera right here, we're looking out this way, and we see all these cars, all these lights, and there's lots and lots of vehicles going over here, but they're all coming from this direction. They're driving from, where would that be? What road would that be? They're not going very far, because as they pull out of Blake, okay, so they're going up here. They're just right here. This is all frat houses, you guys. It's exactly where they were. It's the whole area right here is where they were. All those cars. So it had to, it's so aggravating that they're not even questioning that. Maybe they are. But anyway, also get this. So right here, you got the King House right here, right? Now, and you got, you go straight down here, and this is where the apartments are that the cops pulled them over. Then, of course, here's Sigma Chi. So see this little house right here, this little place right here, that's right across from Linda Lane? Well, that right there is where they say all those extra cops in town were staying. This is where they were staying, is what they said. Being housed right there. Give them some, sleepy time beds there. Well, does that just kind of blow your mind? You've got all these vehicles there, all these cops in town, and there's got to be butts in every one of those vehicles because there's plenty of them. We saw that with JLR when he was boots on the ground and he was pulling up to the Sigma Chi, the frat houses there, and there was cops everywhere. But this is said. I mean, I think it was even in like one of the maybe it was one of the frats that talked about it. It was actually somebody that actually talked about it on either a presser or God, I can't think straight on my head exactly who, but I know that is where they had him housed right here. Well, at 3 o'clock in the morning, don't you think that's where they'd be sleeping unless they're out doing something like, taking care of business, doing some cop stuff? So, at 1:43 in the morning, there was a controlled substance complaint right here, and there was a report taken. It is a straight shot, straight on, down to Taylor Avenue, right over here, and then right over here. That's pretty dang close. Now, there's another thing I want to show you guys over here, too, that's really kind of weirds me out, is that Ridge Road over here, which is where I think, see, because you've got these apartments. So you're right here with all the loud noise, right, that's going on. And you hear all this commotion. Well, right here is where Wilson's, the church guy, his right-hand man lives. And he's got like the Canon Press. He's got all the media businesses. He's got some other stuff I just recently came upon too that's really interesting, because in this I think it's David's Builders LLC, he's one of the agent is Aaron Couch. So we are looking at the couches, right? They've been in the, so you've got the couch, Aaron Couch, and then you've got like either a partner or a manager or something who is Joshua Gray. And you know me, I'm always talking about the Grays, right? So I found that really interesting. Did I just tag it again? No. Cool. What did it just do? What is it at? Wait a minute. What is that? It had a different name on there for some reason. I don't know why it did that. Huh. Oh, and you got a Chavez right here. Interesting. But look at this, you guys. Look at how close everybody is. This is mind-boggling to me. How this all just is so close together. So close. So over here, Lamenta, you've got right over here in the corner. See if I can find him again. I just want to say Green Giant after that. Let's see, where is that? Okay, so here's the King house, right? Right here is the judge's house. And right here is Danny Vargas's house, which is the one that is a cop, right? You've got Kyle Payne that lives right back here, literally really close. I can't see it right now, but he's right back here. You've got Fry, Kyle Fry, that spelling. You've got, I mean, there's so many, I can't think of even off the top of my head right now, all of the different people that live here that are just right back here. Just literally And then you've got Conestoga, which is where that car drove down to. And then you've got Colt Road, which is where, what's his face? Perky moved when he moved out of 1122 King Road. He moved to Appaloosa Drive, but Appaloosa Drive is Colt Road. Now sometimes it's show. Now sometimes we'll show it on here, and sometimes it won't. Like it'll show it by the house. There you go. There's an Appaloosa right there. See how it? Hold on. They're right there. See how that says Appaloosa, but it's Colt Road, but they're calling it Appaloosa. So that's where Perky moved. I don't know the address, but this is where it was said that the car that it just kind of disappeared down here right off the Conestoga, right? They don't know where the car went. And look, here's a Snell that lives there. It's not Aaron Snell, but that creepy guy that blinks on, does all like, that stuff for the MPD. That guy creeps me out so bad. But where are all these people's cameras? Don't you think these people would all have cameras? I mean, especially Judge. You got all these people down here. You go down to Conestoga right here. I think it's a straightaway here to get to the cop shop. Back out here a little bit. Oh no! What? Well, there's the Arboretum. But they said to look out for the Arboretum. Oh, I gotta go the other way. That's why. So, Conestoga. Right here. Yeah, it's just a straightaway. All the way down. Oh, and get this. There's a police one. I saw in here the other day. Where did I see it? It's Showalter Drive Lane or something like that. And Germer lives on it. He's got several different places. Not just that Germer construction building over there. He's got plenty of places. In fact, when we get to it, one of the places that's on the report that we're going to be getting into is actually Gunderson's. I think that was a weapons one too. A Gunderson. All right, let me get back to the other page now. Okay, so then we have the Taylor Avenue, the Bandfield, right? Now they say they got there at 3:01. Well, their body cams started the clock at 2:53, right? Not 3:01. And as the report goes, it says that they left there at 3:36 is when their report was done on the police report. So that gives them just enough time, 2 minutes, to get over to South Main Street Identity Apartments. Hey, let me show you that. Okay, here we are at the Identity Apartment. So I think they're right here. So I think that they pulled in, came this way, and they either pulled in here and then came over here. So I think where the apartment was, right over here. Because remember, we were looking this way towards the road over here when they were talking to him. It's beyond here. Robinson. Here's the thing. I think Demetrius has got some family members that have clout or something. Because I don't know why that guy's not in jail. Unless he's just such a good informant. I don't know. So anyway, this identity from here, let's see. So where am I at here? 5 Sweet Avenue. Oh, that's really close. Okay, so here's the Identity Apartments where the guys got pulled over and they had the sign. And it was the sweater guy from the grub truck who had a bump on his head. Yeah, that guy. He's a wrestler, by the way. He's won many, many awards. I mean, he's quite the arrogant fellow. In fact, he actually commented in one of my threads one time, and I wrote back, "Hey, everybody, look, it's Hayden." Anyway, I don't know what he said of that because I didn't, like typically it's so weird. I just can't maneuver around here like most people can. I mean, I'll make a comment to someone, and then I'll be waiting for the comment back or whatever because it's something that they asked or it was necessary for me to get a comment back kind of thing. Anyway, and I can never find him again. I swear to God, I'm terrible at it. So just please don't hold it against me because it's just a mental block I have. I guess I don't know. So Sweet Avenue. So let me look up here real quick, see what's going on over here. Well, I know that if we go this way from there, we've got um, Taylor Avenue. So we know from Taylor Avenue, we just have to go down here. And there's Louder. There's Deacon. It's just a straightaway here. Straight away from there. So that's pretty close. Oh, I know what I was going to show you guys. So do you guys remember when Payne was on the stand and he was saying he didn't know where that coffee shop was? He was telling them, I don't know well, not the coffee shop, but Mundy's. Well, he didn't know where Mundy's, like, where Germer Construction and all that kind of stuff was. Oh, Lord. Okay, let me show you something here. You've got the Moscow Police Department right here, right? And just keep going right here. In the right spot here. Yep, still going the same way. It is literally straight down this road. Right here. And Payne says he doesn't have any idea where it is. Well, you get to Pullman this way, idiot. I mean, if you keep going, you're going to hit Pullman, right? You don't travel back and forth in this, and you don't go to your friend's house, Mr. Gunderson up here somewhere. He's right up here somewhere. Where is he? But look, we got a Mabbitt here, Thompson here, Candler here. We got a Vista over here somewhere. Vista that it's always in the freaking news. Oh boy, I'll tell you. And all the things that are going in for the developments. Oh my gosh, they're everywhere, you guys. And I believe that three of them, I'm pretty sure they're the church. It's with the church, right? So let me just put in Gunderson up here. See if it'll put it up here for me. Here. Yeah, so highway, that's not the one I saw though. No, it's a different one. So that's interesting to me. So there's two different ones. So this is the one that everybody thinks about right here. That's not the one I saw. So where is it? Well, is that it? Nope. That wasn't it either. Okay, this is where it was. So here we've got Gunderson right here. Now, mark my words, man, on this one. This is going to be right close to White Avenue where a bunch of stuff's happening, right? Same day. We're going to go back there. I'll keep that. I don't know if it'll stay there for me or not, but we'll find out. Okay. So we got identity. From there, nothing happens. They don't do anything. Now, I don't know if they're off if they're off their timing that they work, their beat. I don't know what it's called. Their shift. I'm looking for that word, shift. Yeah. Jeez. Or not. I don't know what time. I heard that they got off at 4 a.m., which also could be exactly the timing that a bunch of other stuff happened up in Linda Lane. Now, I don't think right after that they turned their body cams over there on Bandfield. They turned them off at 2:16, and they did not 2:16, 3:16, and they did not. The other report says they didn't leave there till 3:36, and they said they got the identity apartments at 3:38. Well, that's plausible. They could have done that, but so what were they doing? That's a 20 minutes. You heard the honks and stuff up there after Inland Lane after they turned their body cams off too. I did anyway. Oh, you know what else? When I was listening to it the other day, which is really interesting because supposedly, well, the square has a bell that rings for the amount of times, what time it is, like one time, two times, three times, and then at the 3:30 mark or the 30 mark on them halfway through, it rings just once. Well, I was listening to it, and I believe at 3 o'clock, I was listening to it, and it only rang twice on a 3 o'clock one. And I need to go back and find that because that's one thing too. I can't hear that during the Bandfield thing. I don't hear that bell ring. I don't hear any of that over there. I don't know if I just blocked it out now because listened to it so many times. Maybe, I don't know. I've been listening to them, going through them again, and I'm hearing the bell now. I don't know. It's so weird. There's some of them that you can't hear anything, and there's other ones you can hear everything. So strange. I do think some people have scrubbed stuff out in them too. I do. Okay, civil call. Requesting civil standby with an old roommate. No orders currently. RP did file a protection order on Friday. So this is at 8:44 in the morning. This is 400 block of West 6th Street. Okay, so this is 400 block of West 6th Street with my... Happy Day Corporation. $402 is it Trust. It's Ashbury. It's 300. So when they say the 400 block, it could be, 450, it could be 470, it could be any of these, but there's an Alvarez, so there's an interesting one. But here. Well, if it's if it's literally an order for a roommate, it might be human resources. It might be that might be where they went to help get the filing or something to get that restraining order. Is what it sounds like they have for somebody, which is an interesting time to do it, right? Turn the heat off. Because because of what we know is happening at this point, right? Or what has happened. So, and that's one thing that's really hard when I'm looking at these police reports, especially on the days this happened, is to actually think about, as we're reading these reports, what else is happening that we've already been through over and over and over and over again. It's just hard to wrap your head around that. In my head, anyway, it's just really difficult for me. Now, something weird that was in here the other day was one of the post office. Was it the post office? Yeah, it was owned by Thompson. I'm like, how can a freaking... No, it wasn't the post office. It was the DMV. That's what it was. Where is the DMV in here? I think it would be kind of in the same area, but maybe not. Anyway, yeah, owned by Thompson. Strange, right? Clyde bail bonds. Man, I get so wrapped up in these. As soon as I hit these, I love this. I love this app. It's so much fun. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. So yeah, look at all this. So you've got, okay, this is what human resources, where was it? Right up here. So this is the area, that 6th area. Oh, so you've got Ashbury over here too. Okay, so what was that one for the restraining order, right? So yeah, lots of stuff happens on this Ashbury area. Literally, they're like right by the sports field. I mean, look at this, how close that's what's so weird about this, you guys, is that this whole thing, it's so close to everything. Like how could that have happened and nobody heard a damn thing. How? I, I mean, I'm just gonna say, I don't care how fucking drunk I was. I don't think there's any way I'd ever not hear something like that. Because it's something you're not used to, right? That's a sound that you don't ever want to have to feel, ever want to hear. So, for, to hear that, such a foreign thing for your ears, in your home, or it's just something that I don't know how people could sleep through, because and I'm not a light sleeper, but I'm not a heavy sleeper either. Um, I don't know. It just seems weird. It really does. Okay, back to the other one. Okay, hopefully I recorded that. I looked up and I think I'd recorded it. Well, we'll find out, won't we? uh, Parking problem. Troy Road, McDonald's. Vehicle was parked and handicapped without placard. So Troy Road, that is right there by the Identity Apartments. I'm not going to go down there, but it's right there. Suspicious person, circumstance. That's Rayburn. That's the College of Law. Now, mind you, these are all happening. It's getting close to the time where they're going to get that call, right? So you've had the McDonald's one was at 10:43, and then the suspicious person at the Rayburn Street U of I College of Law. This vehicle was parked there. The door's wide open in the parking lot, and no one's around. Right? So let's see what's going on Rayburn there. I think it's right. I think it's right back behind Green's house, to tell you the truth. Okay, so Rayburn. You'd think it would say College of Law on here somewhere. Yeah. Library of Law or whatever it was. McConnell Hall. Well, let me just go out here. Let me see where I'm at here. Oh, see this tower thing right here? That's that Thelopius tower. That's the one where that guy, when he escaped, they had the inmates in there remodeling, updating that. That's the frat house, right? That frat tower, where all the freshmen live. Not all of them, but a lot of them. So, where is the law library? Huh. Where's Green's? Right here. Okay. It's like the law library is right over here somewhere, because I know it's right behind Green's house. Right by Green's place. So, what that would make it? This is why this means a lot. This is why this makes me, very curious. It's because it is a straight stretch from where they said this is a place to look out for, which is by the Arboretum, right? Now you've got Green's house right here, and you've got Sigma Chi right here, and you've got King right here. So the path they wanted you to look was Taylor Avenue, which is here. They wanted you to look. Walenta was one of them, in Indian Hills, which is back up in this back area lower. And then you've got the Arboretum, which is right here. So this is right, Green's house is right here. This is an atrocity. This is just that thing. Look at that. Ugh. That house, there's nothing. That does not please the eye. My eye at all. It just looks like a bunch of stuff. Looks like someone smashed an Oreo cookie and then tried to put it back together, and they couldn't get it to a circle. It was a square all the way. You gotta think about this. What all is in here, Look how dense that is. I think that's really weird. This right here. I don't know what that is, but it seems weird. And I could swear. And look at this. Oh my goodness. Whoa. That's creepy. These places are creepy to me. Why this is creepy to me is because, well, first of all, it's right by Greens, for one thing. But, I mean, it's in the middle of all this dense stuff. But not only that, I don't know if you guys ever seen, I mean, I have not personally ever seen it, but, and what's that? That looks like a car or something right there. Look, there's a couple things in there that look like things like that. Ooh, that one really does, though. And what's that right there? What are those things? There's one right there, too. Ooh, get me a drone, man. Give me some fly time. So, usually at the ritual plate where they the rituals, whatever. They have stones around. They place them in certain ways, right? They have I don't know if they're all different. I don't know if they all have their way of doing it. I have no idea. But I know that there's always some big stone. There's always some big stone. I mean, a big one, like, like double armchair size or something. And don't ask me why. I don't know why. That's just heat back on. It's cold. It's snowing. I get some clothes on here. I know it has to stop snowing. 2 days. It's cold. Let's see. Give me some sweatshirt on. Just tap it into. So I'm pretty sure that that's where the law library is. So it is a straight shot. I could swear it was right here. Oh, look at this. Oh my goodness. Wow. Okay, here's another thing, guys. I've been wanting to bring up. And I can find I find the receipts for it, the webcam and everything that talks about it. But remember Destiny Martin? She was the one that was killed in a head-on car accident. She's also the one that she said she was a reporter when she did at that one presser, and she asked if they thought it might be a woman and if they thought that had anything to do with ROTC. Well, look at where ROTC is right here. Pretty close, right? But here's what's really interesting. First of all, that she would say something like that. Now, second, because during the body cam footage of Kopaka being swatted, in my opinion, being MURDERED, you've got the snipers. Actually, this wasn't the snipers that said this. It was a guy. They were inside. They were across from Kopaka's apartment, and it was Heidi Lambley and the other guys that were there. And then they were in this guy's apartment across the hallway from the apartment that Brent was in. And which I'll never understand either. I mean, if someone's going to be shooting someplace up and they're worried about it and everything else enough to actually kill the guy, then why are they standing right outside there? I mean, did they not think bullets could go through walls, especially cheap student housing like that? That stuff's not built for, I mean, that stuff's built to have a bullet go through it. I mean, they're crazy. Anyway, as they're in that apartment, they have to get something out of there. I think one of the cops asked for a chair or something, and this guy, you never see the guy, you just hear him. And he sounds like one of the guys. Well, he sounds like the guy to me in the mobile home park that was Sean Cohen, the reporter, knocked on his door, talked to him. He was the one that allegedly had one of the red cars, right? The one that called the tip line and told him to look at the student permits, parking permits. And he says, that's what I would do. This is what he said in this interview. But he sounds like the guy talking across the hallway from Brent's in this apartment building that these guys are hanging out in for cover, right? And one of the things that they said in their, like in one of the body cams, is like he's talking on his little piece of his dispatch, and he says everybody's get this, everybody's evacuated except for one. Um, we're protecting. That's how he said it. One we're protecting. That made me feel really weird how he said that. Now, this other guy, cop, asked for a chair or something, and he says, sure. Well, I don't know what he saw in order to ask the guy that was in the apartment this question, but he just said ROTC, and the guy said, yeah. And he's like, what branch? And I think he said Army. So that was a little conversation that they had back and forth. So here you've got Destiny Martin asking this in this presser. Do you think it might have been a woman? And then could it be connected to like maybe someone who went to ROTC? And then look at this. And then ROTC is literally right here. Right here. Somewhere around here. I think it's further down. Yeah, right here. Right there. Very interesting. Okay.